Every single day, billions of people do something completely natural, but we almost never talk about it. It's an everyday thing we take for granted, yet it divides the entire globe. Washers versus wipers. Because this channel explores human history, behavior, and the science behind everyday things we take for granted, today we are looking at one of humanity's biggest behavioral divides. Half the world cleans up with water, and the other half uses dry paper. But biologically speaking, who is actually right? And more importantly, what did our ancient ancestors do before any of this modern comfort existed? The ancient human mystery. To understand how we got here, we have to look back at early human history. We often wonder what ancient humans did when it rained all week, but we rarely ask how they handled basic bathroom hygiene. Early humans didn't have plush 3-ply rolls sitting in their caves. They had to use whatever nature provided. Depending on the climate, early humans used broad leaves, grass, moss, snow, or even smooth stones and seashells. But as civilizations grew and humans settled into cities, things got a little more complicated. Much like the disturbing ways ancient humans survived winter, their hygiene practices can seem pretty shocking to us today. In ancient Rome, for example, public latrines featured a communal tool called a xylospongium, which was literally a sea sponge attached to a stick. You would do your business, wipe with the sponge, rinse it in a small channel of running water or vinegar, and leave it for the next person. Yes, they shared it. The invention of toilet paper. So, when did human behavior change? Tracing the origins of toilet paper is just as fascinating as figuring out when ancient humans started drinking alcohol or smoking weed. The first recorded use of paper for bathroom hygiene was actually in 6th century China. By the 14th century, mass-produced toilet paper was being manufactured specifically for the Chinese emperor's family. Meanwhile, in the West, people were still using old rags, wool, or in early America, handfuls of corn cobs and the pages of old catalogs. It wasn't until the late 1850s that commercial toilet paper was packaged and sold in the United States, marketed as a medical miracle to prevent ailments. But did they get it wrong? The science. Wash versus wipe. Let's look at the actual science behind this everyday thing. Is dry wiping actually good for the human body? Think about it this way. If you stepped in mud, would you just wipe it off with a dry paper towel, or would you wash it off with water? The biological truth is that dry wiping causes friction, micro tears, and doesn't actually remove all bacteria. Today, gastroenterologists and doctors generally agree that washing, using a bidet or water, is vastly superior for human health. In the ancient world, a bacterial infection from poor hygiene could easily be a death sentence, which makes you wonder what early humans did when they got sick from these exact issues. Water cleanses without friction, removes bacteria effectively, and prevents the spread of disease. Conclusion. We often think of toilet paper as a modern pinnacle of civilization, but biologically and historically, water has always been the gold standard. We may be the only human species left on this planet, but we are clearly still debating the best way to clean ourselves. So, which side of history are you on? Are you team wash or team wipe? Let us know in the comments below. If you want to keep exploring human history, behavior, and the science behind everyday things, make sure to hit that subscribe button.